games. So, last session, you escaped the clutches of Willy. If anyone would like a refresher on what Willy was, he was a barbed glory that fell from the ceiling and was originally intended to try and maul you to death. However, ended up saving our dear friend Ludwig.
My sweet boy.
Free
Love Willy.
Free fucking Willy. Except he's not a whale, he's more of a jellyfish.
Yeah, and as per Bones' very helpfulness, he ended up helping us, I think.
Yeah.
Yay.
And Willy sank back into the ocean. However, you did manage to find Marnie and Bastion's ship, but amidst the chaos, Willy unfortunately crashed into the ship. So the ship is in a little bit of disrepair at the moment. You had approached onto the ship. Vivian had managed to open up everything and found out that there is a prison holding cell underneath the deck. We ended last session with you noticing that 2 of the cells out of the 6 have occupants whom have been here for quite some time now.
Oh, I remember that now. I'm guessing we're all down there below deck.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't go below deck.
Did you not? Oh.
No, I went to the, you said there was, quarter, like, there was below deck,
there was
and there was captain's quarters. I was going to the captain's quarters.
Okay, so you and Vivian are in the captain's quarters.
Okay, well, I'm guessing everybody else is down there, so I'm gonna make a perception check for whoever's down there.
Okay.
Let's see. Oh, wow, that's a 2!
I'll help you out with that. Give me a second.
You don't even notice that there's people inside the cell.
Well, it's 2 plus 6, so
Settlers in the
8.
dark, boy.
Okay.
I mean, there's no lights in here, so. But there is a gaping hole now, so I'm assuming there is a little bit of sunlight in here. You at least notice that there's people in there. You don't know who they are.
Gaping hole.
Will my computer stop doing that? Oh my god. If I get one more virus alert on my computer, I swear to god, I'm throwing it against the wall.
Class.
How much,
I have
Don't
a
do that.
fucking antivirus. I just spent $50 on a fucking antivirus.
Was it Norton or McAfee?
Yes,
Sheesh, what kind of files you be down
the last one.
Yeah, they tend to also spam you with notifications, so that would be that reason.
Yeah.
It started before, and I got
Really?
scared. Yeah, before I renew it.
Yeah,
And I
but-
got scared that there was an actual virus, and then I paid for it because I didn't have an antivirus, so I was like, fuck. Okay. So I was like, okay, I'll just pay for it. I need it anyways, so I pay for the 2-year plan, so I don't have to worry about it anymore. And I only have one computer, so I don't have to worry about it. But it keeps spamming me, and it's starting to piss me off because there's no virus, because I scanned the whole fucking computer twice.
I mean, I have
Yeah,
Norton, and it doesn't do that to me.
That's what they do. That's
Yeah,
literally what they do.
I have Norton, and they do not do that to me. They just like talk about like background security running things and stuff, like things that are essential for running the program. I'm totally fine with that.
It could be that your virus protection is viewing certain programs that have access to your root of your hard drive as virus or malware, as normal programs do not have access to root. So like Discord could be considered malware because it has access to your root of your hard drive, but it doesn't use the root of your hard drive.
Yeah, I literally, when I opened my computer today, because I shut off yesterday because it was fucking up. And when I opened my computer, I got literally 20 notifications all at once. Like one after the other.
Anyway.
Sorry, moving on. I got a 16 on a perception check.
Okay. So you recognize both.
Oh wait, no, that's the wrong character.
Left or right?
Wait, no, give me a second. I opened the wrong character. And that's on having too many characters. That's not a fucking 16. I have a +7 in my perception. That's 30, 20. Sorry. Continue.
15?
30, 20. I have a +7 and I rolled a 13.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Yeah, I was looking at the wrong character.
So, still same applies. You noticed both of them do look actually very familiar to you. One of them actually more recently than the other. Which one are you going to actually look at? The one from more recently or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll go in
the
order.
one that was more recently is the pirate that infiltrated the ship from before. The one that pushed you into the dock.
Oh.
She's just looking up at the party. She recognizes you too. Hasn't said anything.
I want
Excuse
to
me?
approach her. I want to approach her.
You, I stay where I am and just say, like, excuse me? Like, trying to get their attention.
And I'm gonna approach her. And I'm gonna hold at the bars. The huge smile on my face. Look who we have here. So good to see you. Does it feel good?
She's going to wave at you fingerly, like
Yeah.
teasingly. Probably about as good as the seawater tastes.
Oh, that tasted great. One of us is standing behind bars and the other isn't, so.
I can leave anytime I want to. There's just
Oh,
no
can
point.
you? Then why are you still in there?
There's no point. My crew's dead. And I have no way to get
so
back.
sad.
So,
So sad.
Sapphire, excuse me.
Yes?
Do you know this person?
We all know this person.
Wait,
She
I
was
do
the
too.
first. She was the first pirate we ever fought.
I don't.
the one
When
Oh.
when I drowned.
the only one who doesn't know this person is Bone.
Oh, so
yeah.
I'll just
Well,
like
shit.
look at her for a few moments and then be like, oh,
Yeah, it's
I
that
didn't think
bitch.
you'd come back.
Would she still have stab wounds?
No, it's been quite some time. She's
Okay.
been bandaged up pretty well. She's pretty well healed up. But
I'm just gonna look towards her like, hi, it's been a while.
could be longer. I wouldn't mind.
Oh, well then.
Am I gonna
Um,
adopt another NPC? Maybe.
Or we could just leave you here for the time being. We know practically nothing of your origin, right, Sapphire? You kind of you just kind of look at her like, right, Sapphire?
I mean, we have two to pick from. There's the other person over there, and I'm gonna move to the other cell.
I just kind of turn around like, what about them? Are they some forgotten relic of our earlier adventures?
I have
I
no idea what you just said.
This.
Your mic is fucking up.
Okay, hold up. Is it any better now?
Yeah.
Yes, much better.
It will
Okay.
go off like out of nowhere.
Oh, okay. So I was just gonna probably turn around, hoping that this person isn't also some forgotten relic from our past adventures.
Mm-mm. Not from your ventures.
Sorry, I've been so excited for this the whole week.
So, Sapphire does recognize the individual inside the second cage. It is, well, I mean, no hiding it. It is Landon.
Good to see you, little sister.
Oh, go
I'm just
fuck
gonna
yourself.
blink like,
How the fuck did you get yourself in here?
How did you get out there?
After thinking the whole family died, I just kind of left.
Well, not everyone, obviously.
Would have been nice to know.
You
Okay
abandoned-
then.
I didn't fucking abandon you.
You left us.
You were all dead!
Clearly not.
How the fuck was I supposed to know?
Maybe if you had looked a little bit harder.
Oh, listen. Don't get me started with that shit. You are never the good one.
And you were?
I never said I was.
Uh,
Never said I was. And I'm gonna turn around and walk right out.
Okey-dokey.
I'm just gonna like point at Sapphire and then at Landon, then at Sapphire like really fast, and then I'm just gonna look at myself and be like, Sapphire has a sister?
Yes. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Landon, Sapphire's brother. Thank you.
Oh, I'm very sorry. Hello, it's Ishmael actually. It's nice to meet you.
From
It's
the
very
top.
nice. It's very nice to meet you, and don't worry about it. It's a common misconception.
From the top of the stairs, I'm just gonna yell down to Ismail. Can you let the fucker out? Just him, not the lady. I don't care about her.
Can I explore the captain's quarters?
Okay. Wait, before you explore the captain's quarters, anyone else who is down below deck want to do anything? So that would be Ishmael, Bone, or Deimos.
Well, let Landon. I mean, yeah, I'm down with letting Landon down.
Is there anything special we can do on the boat right now, other than talk to people?
I mean, this is Marnie and Bastion ship, so you could obviously explore it if you wanted to.
Uh-huh.
Captain's quarters and the prison cell. Rations. There is a small mess hall.
I would love to look at the food stuff and just mess around in that section just to see what I can get.
While those two are gone, I just call back up to Sapphire. Which one do you want free again? Your brother or the other one?
The fucker, not the bitch.
I don't know which one you're referring to.
The boy one, not the lady.
Okay. I'll just like start to free Landon, just like, it's nice to be of your acquaintance. I'm sorry, this is a very awkward situation you put us in.
All right. Yeah. She's changed.
So I'm just gonna like take Landon out and just be like, how about you and your sister get caught up? And I'll just like pat her back up to the deck where Sapphire is.
Okay.
Shall
Right.
I make an investigation?
Yes, now you can definitely do your investigation. I will get to Deimos and the mess hall after you do your investigation.
5.
5?
Yeah.
You don't notice much. At least not right away. The basic stuff in the captain's quarters include the desk where Bastion usually would have sat. Marnie and her clothes, which Vivian already opened.
Can I take Bastion's clothes?
You can. Nothing wrong with that.
I want to take some of Bastion's pirate clothing.
Okay. You now look like a male pirate. Well, if you were to wear them.
I didn't put it on yet.
The desk has been locked. You do not know where the keys are. What else?
Could I attempt to just... Okay. So you said the desk is locked, right?
Mm-hmm.
Could I just...
And-
Could I just, like... one moment. I think I...
If you let me know that it's locked, I can pick the lock. I'm a rogue.
Fair point.
Can I use knock to like break the lock off?
Oh,
Oh, you can do that.
Knock specifically opens locks.
So, I want to use my Shadow Mage ability with Minor Illusion and cast Knock on the lock in front of Vivian. I want to see if I can deceive her that I'm using the spell.
okay. Roll for deception.
18.
What is she working against? Is it wisdom save?
No, she just gotta
Wait.
believe that I did the spell.
Yeah.
So insight.
Yeah. It would be wisdom then, but yeah, an 18 does pass that.
Okay.
Works. You do manage to open the lock.
So,
Um,
what's inside the drawer when I open it up?
So inside the main drawer is actually a stack of papers, as well as a map that has been crossed off both the port that you were at, as well as the jungle, and back toward the Empire. It does look like they were kind of plotting their course. But the papers themselves, if you chose to read them,
I do.
they describe not only the job that they were trying to perform when they were in the jungle, but also the jobs that they had picked up along the way, like other bounties and such. You do find background on both of the occupants that were down below deck. The do you
Yeah, I
Okay.
choose to read.
Okay. So, Landon can explain to you Landon's own background. That's fine. Any interesting details around why they were captured, but primarily the fact that they were, causing a little bit of a ruckus and needed to be apprehended.
I see. I'm gonna stuff the pirate clothing, the pirate map, the bounties, and just kind of like the extra little bits of information into my stuff.
Two things before you do, right? The people who had reported the bounties were first and foremost the same cult, the Cerberus Assembly for Landon, and doesn't really state a reason why. It just is rather a vague bounty, but it's a very high one. As for the other one, the occupant's name is Shay. It does report that she was traveling with a crew, and that she needed to be delivered to the far north.
Could I make a history check
Yes, you can.
to see if I would know of such a thing? Or who?
Quick question while he's making that check.
23.
Can I?
Ooh.
That was nice.
Sorry, what?
No, I was just gonna ask if I could make my way to the quarters while he's investigating in there. If there's anything I can help, I will help.
You can.
Okay.
I'm gonna say you approach after he's reading the bounties, though. So, you know that the location that she was supposed to be delivered to was in Cross.
Also, before, remember that guard map I have?
Yes.
What was on that guard map?
The guard map. Wait a minute.
'Cause
Remind me where you picked
It's been a long time since I got that map, but you never told me what was on it.
Remind me where you picked this up.
When we were killing the guards and I got first introduced.
Ah, okay.
Remember I
So-
shredded them with a cloud of daggers from above and stomped one
Yes.
head in?
Yes. So the guard map more described like the city as well as the underground emergency escape ways
Oh, I see.
that could have been used. So it's no longer relevant. You could still keep it. It might be useful later.
I'll still
But-
keep it in case we revisit.
But in terms of Cross, not much is actually known about the area. It's rather mysterious. It is very mountainous, but it is a range of islands. As far as a lot of people know, it's not really occupied. So it's very odd that it would ask them to be delivered to that location. But it is put in rather large letters, do not let the individual near any kind of mechanisms.
So, my other thing is I want to put on my gentleman's clothing again.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I just want to be changing, and like, you know, when Sapphire walks in, that I'm just like getting done reading this stuff, and I just start changing in my gentleman's clothing.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, your interaction. Feel free.
Well, hello
What
there.
did you find?
Hello,
What did you find?
Sapphire. For I found a number of notes and other scraps of information. One moment while
Like-
I clip my tie and zip my fly.
Alright, can I see the papers?
So, he's going to hand over to her the pirate map to let her see, but he's not going to hand over the bounties quite yet.
Okay.
Okay. So the map is like, what's in the map again?
So the map was plotting the course that Marnie and Bastion had taken to get to where they were currently,
Okay.
as well as where they would have to go back. So.
Okay. Cool. I don't understand it.
He's just going to take the map back and stuff it into his bag.
Okay.
So, have you found your good worth? What'd you find below the deck?
A bitch and my brother.
A bitch, you say? For what is this bitch that you speaketh of?
That one lady we fought once, like a while back at the beach, That tried
for I
to
do-
drown me.
For I do remember of this fair maiden. And for what is of your brother? I do not know you had a kin.
Me neither.
Shall I meet this young lad?
Yes, of course. My name is Landon. It is an honor to meet you.
He's going to like extend a firm. He's going to extend like a handshake and try to like just squeeze his hand with his strength and just like shake it vigorously. Why, hello, good sir. It is a grandeur and greatness to meet you. For I am Ludwig.
Yes, yes. And I'm gonna squeeze his hand back, like just as tight. My name is Landon.
A firm shake we have. Ah, yes, strong hands, excellent work. So, for thou, Landon, how is you and your acquaintance, with your family that being, getting along? I'd imagine that you two are reconnecting of sorts.
That is one way to put it.
Well, for
I didn't even know he was alive.
Well, for new grandeur of getting introduced, he pops out a mug from his pack, and he grabs some of that he grabs some of the orange liqueur that he made before, and he pours him a stein of it. Drink to your heart's content. Drink up, lad. For new friendships have been made.
Yes. About that, I actually don't consume alcohol. I'm very sorry.
That's fine.
Alas, then, I shall partake of
I'll
your
take
drink
the
then.
cup.
He drinks down the liqueur.
I wanted it.
At this point, out of like FOMO, you'd see Ishmael just kind of follow Landon in, since he just kind of motioned him upstairs. He's like, "Okay, what do I do now?" And just kind of like followed him in.
Well, hello there, dear Ishmael. For what brings you into my acquaintance?
I was always in your acquaintance, Ludwig.
For you were, but you never spoketh to me.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't want to stay there in that dank old dungeon that long. Just the air's gonna get my cloak dirty.
I see. Well, shall we stop for a break then? Have a bit of a meal and spice up our lives with a bit of drinking?
Not the drinking, but the food sounds nice.
If you're gonna
I'm
mention food, I'm downstairs cooking. Just saying.
I was gonna say.
So,
Sorry, hold on.
oh, okay.
Anyone else have to do anything in this interaction or no?
I just want to quickly turn to Landon and say, Ismail is a bit traumatized of alcohol, but we should make him drink again. I'm
Oh,
whispering. You're not listening to this.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
I'm not going to force him to do anything he is not comfortable with.
I don't have to force him. He'll take it
Pumps my
anyway.
fists in victory.
Now, Ishmael, would you like a drink with me? Shall we toast
No.
together? And have
No.
a pint or two?
We can have a nice pint or two, but not the drinks. I'll pass on that.
I think he meant pint. Bruh.
Oh.
You
I'll just say,
Great
nah,
job.
no pint or two. No, nothing.
Well, alas then. I shall get started on the refreshments and partying nobilities.
Okay.
I want to go
So-
out to the main deck and, like, sit down like a barrel and start playing some music and producing alcohol and stuff.
Fine. That is totally fine.
Roll performance real quick.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna cut to Deimos after that.
I got a 13.
Bone, what are you? Okay. For performance, it's pretty average jaunt. You know, it's relaxing the party at the very least. The people in the city cannot hear it, so it's good. Let's see.
Can I use a gunshot to start it off?
Yes.
Do we really want to attract the attention of the city people?
I want to
Really?
fire a palm pistol into the air, and I just want to, like, do gunshot and then just, like, start it off and start producing ale.
Okay. Roll a d20 really quick.
For
Okay. It fires off in a really underwhelming fashion. But your music's good.
just like poof.
I'm very impressed by this performance.
Yes, he has the best performances.
Uh-huh.
Really quick. Bone, are you with the rest of the party up top?
Yeah, I followed.
Okay.
For
Just
dear
wanted to be sure.
bone, shall you partake in the drinking of mine?
Hell yeah!
So, I want to use that nectar that I had, and I want to kind of create something similar to what I did with the spiderweb.
Before you do that, real quick, Deimos is kind of waiting.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I'll appease Deimos by just kind of sneaking away from the drinking and going downstairs to the kitchen, just saying like, food almost ready. Your boys get hungry.
So
Food
here's
isn't being created. Should I roll
here's
for
the
that?
thing. Before you do, right?
Okay.
The mess hall is actually a little bit past the holding quarters. As Ishmael passes by, she's going to ask for both of you, the occupant that's remaining in the cell. What happened? Do you mind for a second? I know we started off on the wrong foot, but where are Bastion and Marnie?
They're gone, taken care of, to say the least.
What?
Yes, they're out of the picture.
Meaning they just left?
No, they're gone, dead.
How?
I don't really know what happened to them. We
Yes, it's confusing to
kind of
explain.
confusing.
They got consumed by a icky blackness and didn't really come back.
Yes, they seem to disappear a little for me, and I don't know what happened. So I know other people may know more, but
Yes, but for now,
They ran
they're
away?
gone. And we're the only chance he got. He like kind of points the last part at her, just like, what do you want from us?
She's absolutely dumbfounded at the moment and actually seems kind of pissed.
Oh well, I am going to turn around and start helping Deimos with cooking.
Okay.
oh, does that mean you're giving me the help action? Yes.
I'm helping you. I'm helping you out, being your sous chef.
So inside the kitchen, in that case, you find a lot of pickled materials, as well as that includes peaches, peppers, and Oranges. Pickled oranges.
The
Each
fuck?
cobbler?
How does that work?
Marty liked a lot of pickled things.
Are the peaches in like syrup? Because if so, I could whip up dessert.
Yes.
Ooh.
There is a variety of actually fresh fruit. Some of it has gone a little bit over-ripened because it has been a little bit of time. What else? There is some meat that has been cured, as well as mushrooms. Lots and lots of mushrooms.
Not mad, not bad. I'm pretty sure I can make a soup out of this.
And in the meantime, after I help him with prepping all the ingredients for the soup, you know, making it a little easier for him, can I try to throw together a dessert with all the fruit?
What kind of meat did you mention it was? Hold on, this is actually something I can actually use.
It is beef.
Did you just say beef?
Yes.
Oh, no.
Well, I'm throwing that out. Obviously.
No cannibalism today?
None.
Well, do you say
I was gonna make a steak with mushroom sauce, but I guess not.
Make goat steak.
Wait. I'm telling you it's beef. Make a insight check really quick with advantage because
Uh-oh.
it's beef. But
Make a goat steak.
You may not know it's beef.
Oh
That's
gosh.
an 18.
okay, you know it's beef.
Yeah,
So-
I'm throwing it out.
Deimos, is that?
No, this is blasphemy.
Oh, it's beef, isn't
It's
it?
blasphemy. I am beef. Do you want
Oh.
to eat me?
No.
Okay, blasphemy.
You're probably not that tasty, Deimos.
I
Okay.
am very tasty. Look at these big muscles.
You don't want us to eat the beef, right? Take my point for it. Okay.
Here, dispose of it. Thank you.
Yes, I'll dispose of it. And then you just see him like taking the beef, just like, why did he have to make the comment about his muscles?
Shay leans out of the cage for a moment. I'll take it if you're not eating it.
You're not eating it.
You're not eating it.
You get to eat nothing.
Nothing.
I don't know who's in the cage, but they're not eating tonight.
Yeah, no.
I love
I'm just
the
gonna.
bad cop, good cop vibe that I'm getting from this.
So good.
I'm just gonna take. I'm gonna take the can of meat and just like walk away from the cell and put it on the other side of the kitchen.
Hidden in a corner where you can prepare it later.
Yeah. Or throw it out the window if needed be.
You bastard. Okay, anyway. Question. What kind of check do we have to do for cooking? I forgot what kind it was. I know I have proficiency.
This would be.
Because I have
want to say
proficiency with
performance.
cook's utensils.
Yeah, I want to say performance.
Great. Okay, I'm gonna roll this, and I have to add 3 on top of whatever I roll because it's not listed here.
Performance or survival. There we go. Whichever one's better.
Well, survival is better.
Okay.
So
Survival.
okay, so it's an 11. So according to the cook's utensils, I make a typical meal. It's a decent meal. You know, it might have been better if I had any kind of meat that I was gonna make this steak with, but I just made mushroom sauce.
Was that with the help?
Oh, I didn't use the help action. You're right.
Hello. I'm right here.
You have advantage. So
Okay, so it's a 17 this time because I have to add the +3.
my
Okay.
So that gets me to a gourmet meal
Yes.
because the DC for gourmet meal is 15.
Uh-huh. Look at that.
It's really nice. So I make a really nice mushroom sauce, and I don't. What else did you say that we had?
you had mushroom sauce as well as some produce and pickled variety of things.
Question.
I'm gonna make. I guess it's gonna be peach and mushroom sauce, some potato base. I don't know. It's gonna be weird, but it's gonna taste good.
Mushrooms and potatoes are tasty.
I have a question.
Yes.
Can I fish?
Oh, yes, you can actually.
I'm gonna try to
Please.
fish, and so we
Please
can have some
fish.
meat.
Yes.
would love to
Oh,
have
fishing
fish
would be
in the kitchen.
great.
That would be a survival. Whoever actually had survival in proficiency, I would suggest it.
I am the survival proficiency guy, ironically.
What?
17.
Yes. Okay. Anyone else?
Yeah, I'll fish too.
Okay.
I'm cooking, so I mean,
Anyone who's above deck that wants to fish.
Yeah.
I got,
Also, after he's cooking, can I try to whip together something with dessert?
Yes. One moment while the fish
question: do you have proficiency with cook's utensils?
No, but you said it was potentially a performance check, right?
Yeah.
It could be. Because I have like plus
That's
6.
survival, which I think you're better at.
Can I
I have proficiency in performance.
question for the fishing?
Yeah. Yep.
Can I use an unseen servant to fish?
What are the actions of an unseen servant? I feel like they're.
Can I help Ishmael with the dessert?
Yes. Unseen servant, command.
I'm gonna add a custom skill so I can just do cooking.
So, do I just do I roll survival with advantage or performance with advantage?
Okay. One at a time.
I'm sorry.
Chaos.
Too much chaos for my brain. Damn it, Jevil. Okay. So, Unseen Servant can fish if they need to. It's a simple task. Bone, what did you get for your fish?
17 plus 3 for 20.
Nice. Okay. So,
If I want to have. I want to ask Bone to look at me. Real quick.
I shall look.
I want to cast Unseen Servant with my Shadow Mage ability, with Minor Illusion.
Yes. This is fine.
And I want it to just, like, grab a fishing pole and sit next to her and fish.
Okie dokie.
Yeah, I rolled a 2, so that passes. Bone is so perfect for this.
I can roll Deception if you need to.
No, it's a 2. You're fine.
I got an 18 on my Deception.
Yeah, I don't think a 2 would pass. So, there's
I just want to send it in the notes because I just made a custom skill for cooking.
Mhm.
I have +6, so I just made it, and these are the rules of what you can and cannot do based off of your cook's utensil. That's all. I'm done.
Where's that? D&D notes?
Campaign notes.
Campaign notes.
Okay. There we go. Much better. This works. Thank you. So, you're fishing with the Unseen Servant, right?
Mhm.
What did you roll?
What do I need to roll?
It would be a survival.
5.
Okay. You get a minnow. But fortunately, the other two do manage to get some rather rare-looking fish. Swordfish for Sapphire was the one who got 17, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, you managed to pull out a swordfish, and with rather, not too much difficulty, and Bone managed to get what looks like a small leviathan.
Oh my god.
Ooh.
Jesus Christ.
I'm gonna
Can
do
we
a
keep the
nature check
demon?
on it.
Demon?
Fish demon.
All Ludwig is just gonna say is, "For Bone, what the hell did you just catch?
It's actually a baby leviathan.
Where the fuck is?"
Oh my god.
I
Oh my god.
You could
Keep
keep
it.
It died.
Remind me not to anger you.
Thank God we're making dessert.
Theoretically, you could keep it if you had it in a bowl of water.
It's
Yes.
not fully dead yet. It is suffocating a little bit, but it's still, flopping about.
Wait, that means that there's Leviathan somewhere here.
Yes, it does.
Oh, no.
Throw it back into water. Throw it back into water. I don't want to anger its mother.
The good thing is, Leviathans normally are deep sea creatures, so this is not. It's not common. Most likely, it's really out of the way anyway. So,
Still though,
Well, we don't want a mother Leviathan coming all the way over here to literally tear our
mean,
ship to shreds.
if it screams,
it's probably not looking
If it screams though, it could hear it.
under the water.
Just throw it. Frickin' throw it. Just go.
Don't throw it. Can I take it from her and like kind of try and place it gently into the water?
Yes, you can. That's up to Bone though, because she's the one who got it.
I did roll a 17 on my nature check just to see how well I could handle it when it came up.
Okay.
If that
Um,
makes a difference, if anything.
It does actually. So, specifically, you do understand that it is a ghost Leviathan. That's one thing. It is.
That motherfucker already dead?
Huh?
It's already dead?
Get out of here. Get out of here.
No. It won't.
No, it's transparent. It's actually a really fascinating creature. It's normally really, truly deep sea, like it should be on the floor. So whatever family it had is probably long gone for the moment.
Aww.
On top of that, when you did fish it out of the water, it wasn't really struggling all that much. It just kind of... You didn't really even have to make a strength check if you had to. It just kind of submitted.
That means it's sick, right? And already dying?
Sick, yes. Dying, no. It's pretty hardy.
I'm gonna run to the kitchen and grab a pot, the biggest pot I can find,
Are
and
there
I'm
any
gonna
barrels
fill it
on
with
deck?
water.
Just use a barrel next to me.
You put alcohol in it.
No, there's no alcohol in the barrel. There's alcohol
There's
in my
multiple
pack.
barrels. Even if you did put
Okay.
alcohol in a barrel, you just take another one.
I have
I'll
kegs.
take the barrel.
I have kegs that are in my pack, but I'm sitting on a barrel. There's nothing in the barrel though.
Okay, I'll take the barrel and I'll try to fill it with like seawater
Can I use?
so we can put the thing
can I
inside.
use create water on it?
Yes, you can. That would
Wouldn't
work.
it have to be salt water though?
You have salt water around you. You can, you can make
Okay.
salt. Yeah.
Create water doesn't specify what kind of water.
I wanna roll deception again.
Mhm. This is just too rich.
13. Does
Against who you're rolling?
against bone.
5. Every time.
Just pours water in.
I just love how you're deceiving them that you're casting spells that are not focused on them at all. It's just so
Oh, yes.
confusing.
It's a great
All they gotta do is
team
they gotta-
effort.
They gotta watch. That's it.
Bone is just like so amazed.
saw me
that his
cast that
fucking
spell,
warlord
right?
can do so much magic.
Huh?
If you want some clarity too, this, where are we at? D&D campaign notes? Yeah.
So
This is what you're looking at.
You saw me cast that spell, I'm not lying.
It's just a baby.
It's such a weird
Aw,
thing
it's
to
so
do.
cute.
I know, but it will grow into a vicious monster that will tear us to bits.
Oh wait, they're dragons?
Yeah, it's technically a dragon.
Oh shit.
Well,
I have to kill it.
Do you see that HP?
You don't have to.
No,
I
you
have to
don't.
kill it. I'm sorry.
No, you don't.
What?
If you kill
it's
it,
my
I'm
mortal
breaking
enemy.
up with you.
It's my character's mortal
If
enemy.
you kill it,
Dragons
I am breaking up
yeah,
with you.
she
I
has
can
to-
talk to it though.
She has
No!
to- She has to kill it.
To be
I don't think
clear,
I have drama.
give me a second. To be clear, it is your favored enemy, not your mortal enemy.
That's true. That's true.
You know it very well. It's normally what you would be hunting.
I mean, it is also my mortal enemy. Dragons killed my pack.
There you go. So,
No.
You gotta-
I can talk to it though. Because I
Just,
can speak Draconic.
just in advance, Landon and I are probably going to stay below deck and continue making dessert while you guys beat up with the Leviathan, okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
I won't beat it up because I see that like it is just a baby.
Can't talk
But-
about doing hot girl shit.
I will say to Saphir, I'll be like, no, we will not be keeping and taking care of this. We'll put it back in the water.
But it's
Mm,
sick.
Well, it has to fend for itself. Figure it out. You know.
It's a baby.
Wait. What did you rolled a 17 for that nature check, right?
Yes, I did.
It's blind.
How big is it, perchance? You said
no,
it's a
you're
baby,
phone
but
a
how
bad
big of a
guy.
baby?
You know it's blind.
If it's from deep
That's
sea, I
where-
kind of can imagine. Yeah, why would it need to see?
Yeah, exactly.
true.
It could have some other mechanism of seeing if it lives in the deep sea.
Just a very important question. How big is this baby exactly?
So this thing right now, is 5 feet.
That's a pretty
It's
good
gonna-
amount of meat. That's a lot of
Bigger
fish.
than me.
Okay.
It's gonna get bigger.
Time
It's
out.
gonna get
Hang on.
bigger.
I want everyone to know that when someone, I can't remember who anymore, but someone said it probably has a different method of seeing. I immediately thought of echolocation, but the first word that came to my mind was photosynthesis.
Photosynthesis.
Yeah.
Babe, go home. You're drunk.
I,
I didn't know that means the alcohol was already affecting you already.
be nice to me. I'm fragile and gay.
Same.
That never hit me so personally before. Dang.
So,
Wow.
I'm just imagining it.
So
I try to persuade Bo
while you're having
to
this
put it in the barrel.
debate over what to do with it, Kip comes over and just kind of bops it on the head.
I'm gonna
Bird.
like push him away. Don't do that.
He's
Bad
just
bird.
pawing his head.
If
Bad
Ishmael was
bird,
on the top
stop
deck,
it.
I'd just be like, oh.
Can the baby Leviathan talk? Like, can it speak?
Yes, it can do.
Has it said anything?
It's blind, so it's kind of confused. But
Why am I in a tiny cage?
Mama? Question mark?
Oh no.
Oh yes.
He thinks you're its mom
Mm.
now.
It is just a baby, and it is blind.
It's the baby.
And
It's blind.
I hate turning my back on nature, but it's a fucking dragon,
It's also amphibious.
It needs to get
and
involved.
it's
Can I cast comprehend language on myself so I can understand what's happening?
Yes, comprehend language, but not speak language. So, yes, that would work.
All right. I'll talk to it. I'll be like, "Where did you come from? Are there more of you around here?"
Where did you go?
Its name is now Cotton Eye Joe. GG.
That you don't have the same telepathic features as its mother. But it still is relatively calm knowing that you want to talk to it first rather than kill it. It's saying that it'd been traveling for a very, very long way in one direction. Even for its own species, it's kind of blind. They are still decently smart because they are dragons, but it's not really learned anything yet. Like, it
Just a
doesn't really
baby.
have any survival skills. It was
It's just a baby.
basically
It's a little
newborn.
baby.
Can I pet it?
You can try.
I'm gonna pet it.
It's
When
got
he's-
lots of spinies.
That's what I
I'm
was
gonna
about
pet
to
it.
say.
Pet on the head.
Let me
I mean, it's bigger than you.
It is.
actually.
Like, it's literally bigger than
By
you.
like a foot inches, it is bigger than me.
So I really wasn't expecting to put a Leviathan on the ship, but
So, can I-
it's relatively calm actually.
how long does it have to live before it has to get back in the water or in the barrel of water?
It's listed as amphibious, like without Yeah, it can breathe air or water, apparently.
Okay.
Oh,
So
sweet.
You could just have it on the ship, and it would slither around.
So, Bone
That's
is a
weird.
little torn here because this thing's been separated from its family, which Bone understands. But also, it's a dragon. But I am going to pet it. Like I'm kind of just gonna hold its face and like look at it and just not necessarily try to establish a bond, but I'm gonna vibe with it for a second.
It breathes
And
out.
Time to make a vibe
I
check,
rolled
y'all.
I rolled an 18 for animal handling. I don't know if that would count. Is it an animal?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's an animal.
Okay,
Any creature would technically be an animal, but this is helpful.
cool.
You're an animal.
It breathes out a cloud of steam, not hot enough to actually burn you, but like sauna level steam.
Oh, nice.
Cool. My pores feel good.
It sighs.
It's just comfort level. It keeps its eyes closed, halfway lays down, and then just kind of flops out of the bowl that you were keeping it in,
Floop.
and goes to chew on the mast.
Probably not a good thing.
Wait, so is it in the
I'll
sea, or
turn
is it
just
in the barrel?
safer.
Say what now?
Flopped out of the barrel.
Is it in the barrel or is it out of the barrel?
No, it fell out of the barrel.
Okay, so did it just like chew on them? Just chewing on the deck?
Yeah, it's just chewing on the mast. Not hard, just numb.
Oh my god.
I'll turn to Saphir and I'll say, okay, you can keep it.
You guys better like convince this thing to fight on our side because I do not want to be fighting against the Leviathan by the end of this
Meanwhile, below deck, we're just cooking.
and
Oh.
making dessert and
Making
everything
dessert.
else.
We're making a cake.
Yeah, out of fruits and peach syrup and yay.
You
wanna-
know, when Deimos first sees that, he's gonna be like, "Oh, were you guys planning on making dinner too?"
Oh no, just a dessert. You know, something a little top off your cooking skills.
It'd be quite funny.
Sassy,
So
you want
Um,
to
I wanna take. I'm gonna pick up the fish,
Leviathan.
and I'm gonna try and like pick up the Leviathan, and I'm gonna take both of them downstairs. I'm gonna throw the fish at the wherever place Deimos is cooking, and I'm just like a 5-year-old that just got a puppy. I'm just gonna show the Leviathan. Look what I got.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Do you want
Oh,
me to
God,
this?
Saphir, what is that?
Do you
It's
want
a
me
puppy.
to cook this?
No,
The
no,
fish,
don't
not
cook
the
it.
that's-
Don't cook Deimos.
It's kind of stuck in the hallway down the stairs.
Aw. Can I like try and get him out unstuck?
Deimos. No, bad.
Why
Don't-
bad? This is good food. This is what I wanted you to make.
No,
This-
no,
I
you
brought
don't
you fish.
understand.
Not that one. That one is mine.
Yes, exactly. That one's Saphir's. And don't break her poor heart by cooking it.
Why not? It is good food. It is fish.
No,
thing is-
No.
you don't understand.
And I'm
She
gonna
will-
cover. I'm gonna cover the ears of the Leviathan.
This thing is terrifying.
Also, on the way.
It is
down-
terrifying, but it's Saphir's. It's under her control and responsibility. Responsibility. He
I
repeats.
I mean, it
Like I
looks
have any.
dangerous and tasty. I don't know what the problem is.
The problem is Saphir. And then you just see him how like
So,
direct he was, and he
Vice
just
was
like, oh,
on the way down the stairs, it ate Ludwig's minnow.
okay, I don't care.
Okay,
It ate Ludwig's what?
the minnow that Ludwig caught.
Aw.
I wanna while they're doing that, I wanna give Kip here some
Mhm.
alcohol.
What?
Sure.
Well, I want to try this again.
Stop giving Kip alcohol.
No. So
It's
he's a big
happened more
fan.
than once.
I wanna
Yes,
give him,
he got his head stuck.
I wanna give him the the good 100% scotch, like the good scotch.
Oh no.
You giving him the
Good
good.
lord.
I like poured him a stein and set it down for him.
He puts his head in the mug.
Okay. Does he drink it?
It's definitely inside his beak. Let's see. Constitution save, buddy.
Is he stuck on it again?
Is
No.
he stuck in?
This is not the nectar. This is just the.
It's still a
scotch.
mug.
Oh.
He still has to shove his head in there. Doesn't have a mouth.
He did it before.
It's Kip. He's kind of dumb.
Nat 20.
Nice.
He good. He is a very composed and elegant Kipir who can drink with the best of them.
I'm just keep refilling the stein over and over.
God.
Could I just like say call towards Ludwig? Don't you dare intoxicate the little thing! Come on! I mean, we don't want it sleeping all cutely on the floor,
You
and then
don't
he
know.
just like thinks to himself, "Oh wait, that wouldn't be that bad."
You don't know what I'm doing.
Don't. What? Why are you trying to get him drunk?
You don't even know that I'm feeding him alcohol.
That's true. You're technically both dead.
Oh, but I'm just saying. Okay, then I'll just say, "What the heck are you doing, Ludwig?"
Okay. After the second one, he got a 6.
Oh gosh.
Kip is. He was looking triumphant. Now he's boozy. He's woozy and boozy, and he's pretending to be the Leviathan and trying to chew on the nest.
Oh.
Dazed owl noises.
I'm just gonna be thoroughly confused as I like chop the peaches up and like start baking them. Just like, what the heck is going on?
So, can I attempt to make my nectar alcohol then?
Yes, you can. Also, Kip is going to go ahead and cast Dancing Lights using Minor Illusion. Deception check, buddy. Okay. And 16.
Yeah, I believe it.
There's
Me
like
too.
alien level dancing lights above everything, and it's looking really, really weird and trippy. You're
So-
The
seeing,
dancing lights are just flashing colorfully.
yeah.
Rave lights.
So,
First, you guys have a fucking sea snake. Now you have. What is this thing?
It's a
The
kid
Kip
here.
here
It's like
looks
an
over at
owl
you.
creature.
Yes, and it's adorable.
The Kip here looks over at you, Landon, and telepathically communicates. I was here first. I'm the first one. Go away.
Jesus.
Oh,
so I got a 21
Okay. Okay.
for the nectar. I want to make it into like a nectar cider, similar to the spider cider. It's like really thick, really goopy, kind of filling. But it's
Spider
also
cider.
alcoholic.
Yep.
Dear Bone, for would
Always-
you like to try my newest concoction?
Hell yeah.
It's also pretty strong, by the way, because it did get a 21.
Should I roll Constitution with disadvantage?
yes.
That would be right. Constitution with disadvantage.
Very
Oh!
hard.
1.
Landon and I are gonna come up with a cake to see
Are you-
everybody passed out on the floor.
Good lord.
Are you poisoned now because of that?
Oh no.
Alcohol poisoning.
Kinda, sorta. Definitely intoxicated. Halfway enjoying it, halfway not realizing they're throwing up on the other side of the deck.
Oh no.
Oh God, you're doing an Ishmael right now.
I'll go hold her hair.
Aw, babe.
You still got the Leviathan in hand?
Kinda. Yeah.
Huh?
He's with me.
What?
Is he with me?
Yes.
Okay.
I want to go down to not Marnie. What's the captain's name?
We don't have a captain.
No, the captain of the ship.
Yeah, there's no captain. We're the captains.
The lady in the cellar.
Oh, Shay.
Yeah. I just want to kind of like jive my way down to her and like slip a small mug in between the bars and just kind of set down the nectar cider and then walk my ass back upstairs.
I'm guessing we can hear you because you're stepping downstairs.
Yes.
You notice he went downstairs. You don't know what he did.
I don't know what he did, but I'll just say subconsciously, stay away from the prisoner.
You're below deck, Ishmael?
Yes, I'm cooking, right? We're still cooking.
Yeah, we making.
Right.
Yeah.
Perception.
They're making peach cobbler, and I'm making a mushroom.
Yeah. Well, me saying stay away from the prisoner was just like out of assumption that somebody was trying to do something to the prisoner.
I did bring you the swordfish, by the way.
Ah, okay. So I'm guessing Deimos is gonna cook that.
Oh yes, that'd be great for my actual mushroom sauce. Yes, that'd be beautiful. Yes, perfect. Please.
You're welcome.
So what's her con save? I wonder.
Say what about con save?
The Shay's con save for the alcohol.
She hasn't actually drank it. She did take it from you. Did smile. She actually is a little bit depressed in the moment. She sits down and looks over at the interesting axe that's next to her. You left right away, so I'm not going to describe it too much. But let's see here. Con save. 18. She's good. At least for the moment. Little bit tipsy though, because that was a really strong cider. But she's kind of just drinking her problems away at the moment. So, there is a dragon halfway inside of this hallway.
Oh, I pulled him out.
Okay, I didn't realize that part. Thank you.
Yeah, no, I pulled him out back to the deck.
Okay. So, you're all having a great time. Deimos, how is the food coming?
Well, I got a really high roll, so it's gonna be a gourmet meal. It shouldn't take too long. I mean, I'm making a mushroom sauce, so it's gonna take like 20 minutes to really just stir it up and make sure the flavor comes out.
Okay.
But otherwise, I mean, we should be pretty much that.
So, unless anyone wants to do anything else, I'll say that Deimos and Ishmael are pretty much done with the meal.
I want to know.
Yeah. Oh, right. We got swordfish halfway through.
And Landon too.
Yeah,
I wanted to roll another
yes.
performance check.
All three of you.
I'm here too.
Thank you, Landon. You're the
Thank you. Are you
Good.
helping cook, or are you
I'm making
just...
dessert. I'm
Wait.
helping Ishmael make dessert.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait a minute. I thought Ishmael was doing that. Okay, never mind. My brain cells.
So I wanted to roll another not a persuasion, a performance again because I'm still playing.
Okay, no problem.
26.
So it's extremely calming, and at this point, not the whole town, but people have noticed that there is music, coming from some sort of direction. Seems like the beach. But the effect is rather soothing for just about everyone, including the people who have been inebriated. They're actually very much vibing right now, like head bobbing.
Hell yeah.
Poor Bone.
Bone is head bobbing for a completely different reason. She's like almost off the other side of the deck.
I'm still vibing.
She's just dead.
What is the
You're about
Leviathan?
to fall into the water.
How is the little Draco snake taken to the music?
His tail is wagging. He actually enjoys it.
Aww.
He's curled up into a ball though. He's still not sure how to take the new environment, but he's comfortable-ish. So definitely non-aggressive. He's just chewing on things because baby.
I see.
And tempted to chew on your leg.
What do I do?
Can I give him my old leather armor that I'm not using anymore to chew on?
Actually, yes, that would work.
Boom.
He's now sitting in the captain's quarters. Well, his head is in the captain's quarters, chewing on your old armor. He's just trying to find a shady place.
How thick is this thing?
He's 5 feet long and like 4 feet wide.
Oh god.
Oh shit.
He's fat.
Okay.
Yeah,
He's heavy.
He's pretty short compared to me, but he's pretty thick for a fish.
You said 4 feet wide?
Yeah, like 3 to 4 feet wide when you're including his like elbows and such, his leggies.
He's fat.
This thing's gonna
So-
be massive when he's an adult.
He's like the size of my character, correct?
Yeah, roughly, yeah.
Jesus, are you fat?
I forgot he has arms and legs.
His torso is maybe like 2 feet, but his max size, I will tell you, because Bone rolled pretty high on nature before, is 20 feet.
Oh fuck, man.
Oh, nice.
He's a dragon.
He is a dragon.
Well,
Take care of this thing. We take good care of this thing so it doesn't kill us.
You see, this one, Kip is telepathically yelling at people. This one, this here, this is the pet, not me.
And in Sylvan, I'm gonna turn to Kip and I'm gonna say, it's okay, no one thinks you're the pet besides Ismael.
He tweets angrily, thinking of Ishmael.
Okay, I know I'm not there to respond to it, but later he will say that he just thinks that Kip is adorable and precious and needs to be loved and cared for. Okay? Right now, he is the most precious thing in Ishmael's universe, basically.
what a nice little muffin.
Exactly. He
Deimos
wants
just wants
to
to eat him.
protect this thing with his life, okay? He does not treat it as a pet.
Deimos, why do you want to eat Kip?
Not Kip, the Leviathan.
Oh.
You
I
also
will
want to
frickin-
eat Kip.
I will frickin'
I've never
destroy you
wanted
if you want to eat Kip.
I've wanted to be best friends with Kip this whole time.
Yeah,
Don't try
when
to
we
move
met
my
him,
word.
we met him, you said you wanted to eat him. I remember
No,
that.
I literally did not. I said I wanted to protect him. The fuck?
Yes, no, I do not think of Kip as a pet. If you want me to explain that in character, I will.
You're not here, so you can't hear it.
I know I can't. I'm just saying.
If you want to do that, you can. Kip still needs to believe that.
Yes. He'll believe it when I save his life in some future combat encounter that may or may not happen.
Okay. So as everything is starting to like come together nicely, fish is made, looks delicious, as with the mushroom and potato soup and the peach cobbler. Someone approaches from the city off of the side of the deck on the beach. Anyone who's up top, make a perception quick.
Okay.
7.
I don't know how to count, but
I don't think me and Ishmael up top. I don't think we are, right?
No. you're
No.
not.
Okay.
I got
Oh, okay, so we haven't delivered the meal yet?
No.
I rolled a 25.
Okay.
I'm most likely just like putting the little bows on the peach cobbler and like the fake decorations.
Yeah.
So you rolled a 25. You do notice the person. It is a elderly-looking man. He doesn't look upset. He looks kind of puzzled. He walks up to the ship and notices that there's a massive chunk missing out of it, and is very concerned. Bastion, Marnie, are you okay?
They're not home.
That's the best response.
Who are you? Wait a minute. He comes aboard the ship really quickly. Who are you?
Who are you?
I'm Liam, their shipwright.
Well, you're our ship right now.
Our shipwright communism.
So he's very, very confused. I didn't see any of you before.
Oh, we didn't see you either.
You're not a part of the crew.
Neither are you.
Touché. But I was hired to take care of the ship, first and foremost. And why is there a giant chunk missing from my ship?
Oh, a jellyfish took it.
Jellyfish?
Yeah, it got
What
stuck.
kind of jellyfish does this?
It got stuck.
It
Pull it
was
out.
a really big jellyfish.
Bitch.
It was so
sleep.
big.
Go to sleep. Go to sleep.
He looks
That's
over
like-
at Bone, who is completely out of her gourd, throwing up over the side of the ship and talking about jellyfish.
I miss him. I miss Willie.
Can I attempt to explain
Both
to
of
this
you
guy?
roll persuasion.
Oh,
Wait, Ludwig, what did you say?
I said I was gonna try to. Would I notice him or no?
You didn't notice him when he was on the beach, but now that he's aboard the ship, you can see him.
Could I try to like just tell him or like persuade him that like, yeah, I was a jellyfish.
But it was a jellyfish.
You would have to. He doesn't know it's a jellyfish. You have to persuade him.
Wait a minute, hold on.
And
I
For what
wanna-
he knows, jellyfish ain't common around here. At least not the big ones.
I want to see real quick. Damn it! Fuck. Wait, do I have? Oh, fuck! God damn it! Fuck! Damn it! Never mind. Can I, through my bardic song, explain our tale of how we encumbered this jellyfish?
Yes, but you're going to have to actually give me like a song.
Like, you want me to
Hell yeah.
sing it
Yes, if at all possible.
on stream? Okay then.
You chose this upon yourself.
So, do I roll performance or?
Yes, this would be a performance.
Let me roll performance real quick before I do so. 30.
Okay, no matter what you say, he believes you. You are the all-knowing seer of truth and justice in the world, and you are his light of his life right
So,
now.
do I still have to sing it, or am I okay to not?
No, you're singing it.
Okay, so. For we
Vince Liam Neeson.
stumbled upon a cave of below, where we sank down the steps, and now go flushed in the hole, where a jellyfish may lie above the ceiling of quench. It rushed us to a river, it was our expense, and through this thus jellyfish we crossed into our paths, set out to sea, and then to the mast. It ripped a great hole from the ship to the sea, and flooded back to the trenches of depths.
Oh, god damn.
That was such a good song.
Yes, that was a great improvised song.
Everyone is now clapping and happy. Jeez.
And
Except
everyone clapped.
Ishmael, Landon, and Deimos because they're still making the meal.
You probably
Liam-
heard it from
Yeah,
down below.
they heard it and clapped.
Liam Neeson does believe you.
That's his name.
He believes you and cries and tells you his life story.
He describes how he would have kicked that jellyfish's ass if he was with you. But, you know, to preserve your lovely voice, he will go ahead and try to fix the ship, if at all possible. He does understand what you were saying, though, so this is helpful. He does say that it will take, unfortunately, about 2 to 3 days.
Can I ask if there's anyone anywhere in town we can stay for those nights?
If
So we
you
don't have
want-
to like sleep on the ship.
Yes, there are places within town that you can stay in. I would be a little careful, though.
Why?
Okay, so I'm guessing after we all have our big feast, we peruse ourselves off the ship to try and find rooms.
Probably. That would probably be a decent idea. It's about midday right now. Sunset's in about 3 hours, 4 hours.
Can I offer the
Oh.
guy a drink?
Yes, you can. But to answer Saphir's question,
Yeah.
right? In the city, it's a little bit off-putting for a lot of travelers. People
Why is it off-putting?
tend to go missing.
Ooh, missing people.
As you didn't.
Mm,
Is this what I think it is?
mm, mm.
I know nothing.
He points towards the city. The sounds that come from within the city have a tendency to be a bit beguiling. I wouldn't worry too much, especially since you're only going to be staying here for 2 to 3 days. But keep your wits about you. If anything, I would like to leave myself too, if at all possible.
Question out of character: is this place named Gotham? And will we see a man in tight leather armor?
Is
Why-
he
why-
a cat boy?
Why
And will be
type
no
of-
Batman.
Huh?
Darn it.
Is he a furry?
No jumpsuit villains. Ugh.
You already have a. Speaking of which, Liam Neeson looks over at at the dragon. What the fuck is that doing here?
Can I attempt?
That's my puppy.
Can I attempt to make another Legend of Lore thing?
Yes, you can.
Is everyone okay with
Because,
that?
because your first one was so good with a 30, you don't have to roll. He's just innately looking at you for song and dance right now.
So you need me to sing again.
Basically, auto net played him. So
Oh wait, fuck! I need to sing again. God damn it.
you asked for it.
For upon fishing on the sea that we set, there lies a young ship that we sail. And when crossed to the paths of a young entered soul, this dragon became of our tale. He was catched with a hook by the Tabaxian over there, that took us above thy praise. And when taken to the dragon that came out of the sea, it is for a young pup to stay, for a pet that we may call our own to be, a pet that we can now young have. The sea shanty say how a leviathan to be, that is this draconic entails.
He looks over at Bowen. That's a tabaxi?
That's not a
I
tabaxi.
messed up. Whoopsie.
Oh no, now he's gonna think I'm a tabaxi.
He's convinced. He thinks all changelings, or things that look like changelings.
Do I look like
Perfect.
I catch mice in my free time? Please.
Is Bone a changeling? I thought she was a shifter.
Oh,
I am a shifter.
Oh yeah, that's. Then who the fuck is the changeling?
I thought you were a changeling. My bad. Me derp.
I
Um,
think Torwin a while ago was the changeling.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
So
Because
I guess Bone is a tabaxi, air quotes.
Liam Neeson thinks shifters are tabaxis.
they're changeling to Baxus.
Corporate wants you to tell the difference between these two pictures. They're the same picture.
That's the same picture.
He goes ahead and takes the mug from Ludwig, cheers you, because he doesn't seem to see any issues with you, and he does believe you that the dragon that's aboard deck is not going to eat his legs. And he is prepared to just sit down with you for a meal. So
Have him make a con save.
this boyo is a very regular boyo. So let's see.
Doesn't get drunk off his ass.
Probably. You rolled a 3 too. No modifiers. Yeah, he's derping. He's about as bad as Bone is right now. So it's now going to take 4 days, not 3. You got him so inebriated, he might need to take the day off tomorrow.
Oh no.
To get uninebriated. I want to hand a mug to Saphir.
Thank you.
But
At this point,
I specifically want to hand her the rubbing alcohol one though.
oh lord.
Oh, you fucker.
I don't.
I want to drink it. You know I'm resistant. I'm not resistant, but I have a tolerance.
You do it with disadvantage though, because it's almost rubbing alcohol.
Yeah, that's a strong brew.
What kind of save is it?
Con.
That would be
The
constant.
con, right?
Yeah.
So 18.
It has definitely gotten you proper tipsy, but you are
Okay.
not drunk.
Okay.
He's next gonna hand her a mug full of the last bit of spider cider.
Oh, okay.
I'll drink it.
And I want to use the unseen servant from before to just kind of like, as I sit in the middle of the deck, just kind of like pass drinks around to people. Like use the unseen servant as like a waiter.
Mm-hmm. Man,
So I rolled a 19 and a 17. So 19.
okay.
Does that help plus you?
Yes. So you are pretty damn good. You're holding your alcohol. It's good. It's good. You are appreciating the fact the spider cider is nice and thick from your Warforged friend here.
Thick like my dick.
Are you actually tipsy? Wait a minute.
No, I'm role playing.
She is drunk as fuck.
I think he means your character, but okay.
No, I mean I mean Peach.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm role playing. Bone is fucking looking at Saphir drinking her thick ass drink and saying thick as my dick in character.
Oh gosh. Can I just facepalm to that? I'll just facepalm to that. See the drink that's being passed around and just like hard no it. I'm just gonna be like, nah, like, no, thank you.
Deimos is willing to drink it.
Hip is also gonna come over with a mug from
all I have is
Ludwig.
he's gonna start pouring out the nectar liqueur. Sorry, not the nectar liqueur. The nectar cider, which is the same thickness as the spider cider, but it's much sweeter.
Kip is going to hand the mug to Ishmael, looking up pleadingly.
I'm so sorry, little buddy, but I'll pass on the drink. You see, I actually want to remember what happened today because this is a wonderful meal that we're all sharing together.
He's still making owl noises at you.
I'll just give him a little pet on the head, and I'll just be like, "Oh, you're such a cute thing."
He's not taking answer.
And then I'll just be like, "Obviously, you aren't taking no for an answer, so I guess you'll just sit there with the mug all day." And then I'll just be like, "You can sit on my lap, though."
He sits on your foot.
Oh, can I try and like bring him up to sit on my lap because I'm done eating?
You can attempt to. He's heavy.
Okay, so I'm gonna just try to like, oh, there you go. Like, oh, you're so heavy. Making the notes like, oh, you've grown so much, and then just like put him on its lap. I'm going to do that with animal handling. Wow! Oh, that's a 5.
You put him on your lap, and now you are pinned. He takes this opportunity to turn around with the mug in his mouth and just pour it on your face.
Okay, so you see it's poured on his face, and I'm like, good, Kippier. Good, Kippier. And you see him just very gently, like, wipe off the ale with his, like, palm of his hand or, like, his arm.
Good luck, it's the nectar one. It's super thick and sticky.
Okay, so then you just see, like, you just see, like, at least it didn't get my hair. It didn't get my hair. And you just see he's, like, talking to himself. It didn't get my hair. It didn't get my hair. It just frozen. It just like stuck to his face now, and like he made dead sure that he got it all on his face, not on his hair, not on his clothes. He has it on his face and face only.
A nudge with her elbow. You just got fellacioed by the kipper.
And then I just say, "Oh, but he's so adorable, don't you think?"
So what does Vivian do?
She's gonna take a mug of it too. The hard stuff. Let's see what she.
Wait, the rubbing
has.
alcohol or the?
Yes, the rubbing alcohol.
So there's
with
a couple. There's like the orange. In terms of like alcoholicness, there's like the grog, ale, shit rum, okay, rum, then the scotch, and then the good ale, spider cider, and then the nectar cider, and then the rubbing alcohol.
She's gonna go for the rubbing alcohol.
Okay.
And con save, and 2.
Huh.
She is going to cling to Ishmael very, very inebriatedly, holding this drink and waving it around. You are a party pooper.
And then you see I'm just gonna like gently like push. I'm just gonna gently push like the Kippier off of me, knowing that they are also a little drunk. And I'll just look towards Vivian like, sometimes somebody's got to chronicle the event in the future. I mean, look at you all. You're all practically drunk.
First and foremost, I am drunk.
Yes, makes it that much worse, Vivian.
There's no practically about it.
Secondly, I would love if you were drunk at the same time.
And then I just look at her like, why? I kind of gave up drinking. I thought that it would be a good spiritual discipline.
Ishmael, they want to have drunken sex with you.
You see him, he's just like, no. He's just like, he's just looking at her like, Vivian, as much as you're nice and all, I'm not gonna drink. Mm-mm. And then you just see me kind of.
Can I walk towards him?
Mm-hmm.
Put a hand on his shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't drink this shit, dude, she's gonna go away.
She's not gonna leave. She's not gonna leave.
I'm gonna turn to Vivian. You're gonna leave, right? If he doesn't drink, right?
Oh, yes. I'm going to leave. I'm going to pack my bags and take this sea dragon with me.
Not the sea dragon. Take the cap here. He's your friend.
Don't take either
no.
one.
You may take the sea dragon. Just get your state.
And then he he just look at Vivian like, you can't be serious.
She grins at you.
She's
You're just playing. You're just playing, and I know it, he says.
Ismael.
Do you want to risk that?
He just looks at Sapir again. Doesn't your brother have a word on this?
No.
And then you just see him like motion for the brother like, I need help, okay?
I will say that at this point, Deimos should have finished serving all the food. And
Oh, thank God, the cow is feeding us. I'm so hungry.
yeah, you're welcome.
One has the munchies.
And at this point, he'll sit down next to Ishmael and ask for a drink.
So the unseen
And that-
servant will walk over.
Is that a
towards
good
you,
idea?
And it'll give you.
Oh.
The unseen servant will walk over, and then slide a drink onto your, like just kind of like slide a drink to you.
Yes, thank you very much. I need food.
You'd see him just stand up from the table and then just go walk over to where Landon is. His face is literally now like pinkish because of the nectar that's literally like crusted into his face. He looks at Landon like, I need help here with your sister and the badass looking shadow elf over there.
How can I give assistance?
Well, I mean, you're the only person that isn't intoxicated here. You can tell them something to help me out, right?
Vivian is now pouting, looking at both of you, whispering on the other side of the table. You're supposed to be flirting with me, not the lizard.
And then I'm just saying, this is Saphir's sister. Do you really think I'd have the odd... not sister. Sorry, that was wrong. Brother, do you really think I'd have the audacity to do that?
Yes.
Yes.
What?
The lion,
Bros
the witch, and the
before
audacity
hoes.
of this bitch.
What?
Bros for hoes.
And then I just kind of look at Landon like, actually, I think I got this. Then he
Is Ishmael-
walks over to Vivian. What?
Is Ishmael flirting with me?
No,
Apparently,
he would never. He was
According
literally
to
just,
Vivian,
according to a drunk Vivian, yes. But no. Ishmael was not. He just looked at Landon like, actually, I got this under control. Then he just walks around over to Vivian and just like, you gonna eat anything? And then he just kind of like he just kind of push a plate of food towards her, like with the one finger, knowing that he already finished his.
I'm surrounded by idiots.
She's gonna eat you if
And
you
then I
don't
just
do
look at
what
Landon
you
like,
want.
"Shh,
Question.
plan.
do I have to make a con save for this alcohol?
Yes, you do.
Depends.
All
Which
right.
one are you drinking?
Well, it doesn't matter. I rolled a 25, so let's say I drank the harder one.
You drank the nectar cider then.
Yes, I got a 25.
I'm currently out of rubbing alcohol.
Oh, you just kind of see him
Vivian.
look at Landon and just like, I got this under control. Don't worry. Remember, I'm still sober. And then he'll
Hey,
just kind of,
Vivian!
Damos is
Vivian.
laughing while watching all of this happen.
I'll just slide the plate over to her like, you're gonna eat that, right?
Oh my God, Ishmael, you're not sexy.
And then I'm just like, I know, shut up, she's drunk.
Hey,
So are
Vivian.
you.
And
Vivian.
I'm not drunk. Not drunk.
He's not drunk. He didn't drink anything.
I
Hey,
didn't drink,
Vivian.
period.
Yes, Saphir.
You know, you should take him to the captain's room. You know, nudge, nudge. Take him
And
to
then
the
I'll just say
captain's
like,
room.
and I'll just be
I'm
like,
whispering.
wait, I thought you were whispering to me.
No, I'm whispering to Vivian. I called Vivian.
Oops, I'm sorry. I'm bad.
Lazarus,
Take him to the captain's room.
Yes.
could I?
Yes.
So, Ludwig is gonna jaunter on over. He's still playing some music. And he's gonna jaunter on over to the, little Leviathan.
Mm-hmm.
And he's gonna take the broken mug that he has that's been cut in half, and is gonna fill it with a little bit of the nectar.
Mm-hmm.
Not the alcoholic nectar, just some nectar.
Mhm.
And he's gonna place it next to him.
Dragon friend that is nameless is now lapping it up very happily. For
Aw.
His name is Honey.
I want to petue it and use
He's Honey Senpai?
Honey,
use-
that's so.
What's this?
Yeah,
word I'm trying to use. Trying to find it real quick. It allows me to essentially communicate with people with different languages.
Okay.
I can't. I'm looking for the name right now.
I'm guessing. I probably just like. I'm still trying to get Vivian to eat something because I know that eating food sates the effects of alcohol just a little bit because the alcohol can like absorb it or whatever. I know that sounds stupid, but he's really trying. Okay.
She's pouting, but at least attempting. She tries to pick up the spoon, but she's so gone that she can't actually hold the spoon.
And she's just like, he's just like, here. He takes a bite of food and just kind of like motions it toward her mouth, like, you want some, right?
So
she opens her mouth and waits.
And then he just kind of goes ahead and does the whole routine thing, like, I think I had to do this to a royal nephew once, as he just like force feeds her, like, yep, totally normal. Everything's fine. Everything is fine.
So while this is going on, Ludwig, what
I
are you
want
doing?
to cast tongues
Okay.
while touching the baby Leviathan,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to try to like just speak with it.
Mm-hmm.
So, little Leviathan, I hope you're enjoying your meal and stay here with our motley bunch of members.
What's a meal?
Well, a meal would entail...
It's swordfish steak with a mushroom sauce, a little bit of potatoes on the side, and
Well,
I think
he's eating the
that would
nectar
have-
right now, so like...
I'm assuming he also got a plate too. So, but yes, he's been licking the nectar.
And then I would explain to him, a meal is something that you would eat, little one.
Oh, you mean like my siblings?
Yes, that would be a meal.
Excuse me, the fuck what?
You can't hear what I'm saying, and you can't hear
I
what
know.
we're saying.
I'm saying it out of character.
he's a Leviathan.
It happens.
Yeah.
So,
He follows shark rules. He probably ate his.
Fish eat their siblings and children all the time.
so I'm still gonna try to communicate with him and like ask him.
Mm.
So, shall you be staying with us on our journey, young one?
He shrugs. Okay.
Technically, Ludwig, I can't understand because I have comprehend languages up.
You can comprehend. Well, you're drunk.
Yeah,
though.
I can't speak. I can
You're-
understand.
Well, you're drunk. Though,
Um,
and you're not touching it.
I don't have to touch it to comprehend.
Sapphire is actually not drunk. Sapphire's tipsy.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And I don't have to touch anything to comprehend. They just have to.
Say for your, is it concentration or is it?
For clarity's sake.
Don't
right?
know. Let me check.
Leviathans can understand a
No.
lot of languages, but they have telepathy.
Okay.
So you're telepathically speaking to it.
Okay. I'm just using tongues to bridge the gap.
Yep.
It is not concentration, by the way.
Copy.
So-
It lasts an hour for some reason. Cool.
During this, I wanna say, like, ask it, can you move well on your own, or do you need someone to carry you from place to place on dry land?
He rolls over and presents his claws, which are very sharp and pointy. I've got fingies.
Oh,
Fingies.
So he's fine.
Could I ask him, may I pick you up, dear sir?
At least Sapphire understands what it is to fall in love with a pet,
He looks over in the direction
not
of
pet,
Mom.
companion.
What does Mom say?
Is Mom saying, is he referring to Bone?
Yes.
Like, I asked him if I could pick it up, and he said, "What does Mom say?"
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I made a mistake. I was going for vengeance.
He's talking to a little friend?
I issue for Bone to come closer to me.
What's up?
Such a bad drunk.
So, dear mother in arms, your child wants to know if I can pick him up.
Be gentle with the baby. Make sure your metal fingers aren't too cold on his little tummy.
Bone, I do believe it is time for you to drink some water now.
Hydration.
So, I wanna wrap him up in So, I have a couple war banners,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to use mending to like stitch kind of like a little blanket almost.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I want to like wrap it around his belly and like tie it. I guess like tie it on the top, so like that he has this like little barrier on his like stomach on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And then I want to pick him up so that my metal body doesn't like get too cold on the little belly he got.
Inventive. He is heavy, but you do manage to do so.
Okay. I'm just kind of like holding him in my arms.
Hello, Uncle.
Well, little boy. Little man, I should say.
Am I part machine?
Huh?
Am I part machine?
He's asking that?
Yes.
Is it a he or she?
That's a good question.
I don't think we know.
I don't think we
Bone would know
Bone would know, actually.
from my nature check.
What is it?
Oh, fuck. He's a boy. He's a little baby boy.
Well, little guy, I
Oh,
guess you could consider me your uncle if you want. Up to you.
He attempts to chew on your shoulder lightly.
I'm not for gnawing, but if you need something to gnaw on, let me check something real quick.
While he does that, I just want to say Deimos and Kip here are just chatting it up in the corner.
Telepathy, OP. You've got 2 telepathic creatures on board. What is wrong with this party?
plenty.
So,
Plenty.
We're like level 7.
I want to use the other broken. I want to use the other half of the broken mug, and I want to break it down real quick.
Mm-hmm.
And what I want to do is, I want to use some just like basic string and twine to kind of like craft a chew toy out of this wood.
You said it was half a mug, right?
Yeah, just like getting the wood and binding it together to create something it can gnaw on, large enough that he could stick his mouth on, and just gnaw.
Okay. Okay.
It's kind of like a primitive chew toy, if you will. He just gnaws on it.
It's barely big enough that he cannot swallow it. Otherwise, he would definitely swallow it.
Okay.
That's where
Don't kill him.
I'll just take
He's my friend.
Take that away, and what I want to add to it is I want to... As I walk down the steps, and he's just kind of like nibbling on my shoulder, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a guard? Is there a guard railing on the stairs?
No.
Fuck. Wait. I have an idea. I want to get inventive here real quick.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go to a cell that isn't currently occupied.
Mm-hmm.
I want to use heat metal on the iron bars.
Okay.
I want to cast knock to knock the bars on, like lock one of the bars loose.
Okay.
So let me roll deception for knock. I'm making sure that the Leviathan sees it.
Okay.
I get a 28.
I mean, he is a baby, so I will give that to you.
And I want to use create water to cool the metal
Okay.
down.
Mm-hmm.
So deception again. 22.
Okay.
And I want to use the twine that I had before to bind some metal bars together and give it to him.
Okay.
So like they're large enough to fit like about like a couple inches on both sides out of his mouth so he can't swallow it.
Mm-hmm.
He's just gnawing on it.
Okay. It's a metal, so it works.
Primitive chew toy.
I was about to say, it's literally a true toy.
He can't break it, so this actually works quite well.
He's doing his best.
He tried his best.
Oh,
Darn
After
it.
I finish eating,
Mhm.
can I make a plate and go downstairs to give it to the lady?
Yeah, that's fine.
I want to go back upstairs.
That depends on how much food was made, because I wouldn't have made that much food.
I want to go back upstairs with the newly acquired chew toy and baby in hand.
Mhm.
I want to like just sit back on my barrel, still playing my song,
Mhm.
and I want to make another performance check to try to make this little guy go to sleep.
Okay. That's fine.
So like calmer music. So I got a 17.
Definitely works. He's already calm. He's chilling right next to, I guess, a makeshift table that you guys made to eat.
Like
He's
I'm still trying to like hold him and like just hold him in my arms to make him fall asleep in.
You are now pinned under this baby Leviathan.
Okay.
He is completely knocked out.
Would Bone fall asleep at that song too?
17. Probably, actually.
I go curl up with the little baby Leviathan. I curl up also, and I'm just.
So
I'm fucking out.
I have a bone and I have a Leviathan pinned on me.
Yep.
Yeah.
Be getting all the bitches.
Okay. Whatever's left from the food, I'm gonna take a little bit of it.
Okay.
And I'm gonna make a little plate and take it downstairs too. I forgot her name.
Che.
Yeah, her.
So you approach the cell, and she's muttering something to herself. Before noticing you. Yeah.
What? Just saying.
She's make a perception.
Natural 20
Hmm.
for a 27.
She's half in mourning about Bastion and Marnie, which is kind of strange because she's a captive on their ship.
Mm-hmm.
But also she's trying to figure out how she's going to get back. She doesn't say where. She does say that she's trying to like plot in her head like how she's going to manage to get back to wherever it was that she had come from now, and what she's supposed to do with this. This is a very, very large mess that she's gotten into now that they're dead.
I'll slide the blade over to her. Where are you trying to go?
What's it to you? I thought I was a bitch.
I'm not fucking heartless.
I am.
She hasn't eaten in a few days.
I'm indifferent.
She is not glaring, but wary, just take the food and nibbles on it slowly. She's pretty weak, actually, at the moment. If you must know, I need to head back to Eisencross.
Why are you trying to go there?
Eisencross is my home.
An icy wasteland is your home? A place that you can barely even use magic is your home?
Let's just say there's a few places up there that don't have a lot of company. They're very well hidden. She looks over at her axe. No. Got one member of my crew left, but there's no way I'm gonna get back there as is. So
Oh, I haven't read the paper. Fuck. I don't know that she's wanted over there.
Nope.
God damn it. Okay. Do you know where he is?
Well, after... I should say, too. After that lovely jellyfish did smash into the side, the cell that he was in broke open. I haven't seen him since then.
Wait, we got one and I lose. Can I use my teeth tools to pick the lock?
Yeah.
I'll do that. 21.
You open the lock with relative ease. She actually backs up from the door really quickly, very hesitantly, and grabs her axe.
If I wanted to hurt you, I wouldn't have opened the door.
True, you could... Wait, are you a mage? Could you hurt me from outside the cage?
I will, let's see. I'm going to just lift my hand and prepare a firebolt, but not use it, just so she can see that I can do shit.
Fair. She nods and nods at her axe. You do notice now, actually make an insight.
Okay. Oh, I have advantage of that. Good. That's better. 30-20. I rolled a 7 at first, but I have advantage on insight.
Damn. Alright. The X is alive.
Excuse me. What the fuck?
Yeah, the axe is fully alive. The head of the axe, where the blade should be, is actually a blue eye. But it is a little bit strange. It's made of materials that shouldn't normally be alive.
Arcana check. Or
Okay.
history. Whatever you want to give me. I prefer Arcana.
Definitely Arcana.
Okay. That's a 6. Oh! Fuck, that scared the shit out of me. Sorry. I keep forgetting the dice that I have on D&D Beyond makes noise. It's a 26.
Okay, so this axe, it is classed as a great axe, first and foremost,
Okay.
but it is created by magical means. It looks like it's been put together by a very, very experienced, what are they called? Not arcanist. Someone remind me what the class is.
Artificer.
Artificer?
Artificer, thank you.
Artificer.
Very, very experienced
or
artificer.
Maybe a sorcerer who has a weaponsmith.
Definitely an artificer who was very experienced in magic. You don't know necessarily if it was this person or if it was someone else, at least not at the moment. However, it has consciousness. It is fully aware, and she can speak to it.
How the fuck did you get this thing?
She sighs very heavily. This thing is Michael.
Named it Michael.
After the angel. It's
Okay.
in shape, looks like a giant pipe wrench. It can actually just open up and speak. So, in fact, the back end of it actually does jaunt up and down, trying to address you. You know, it's kind of rude to talk about someone as if they're not in the room.
You know, I'm not used to talking to weapons. It's not a thing I do. Sorry about that.
I prefer a tool rather than being called a weapon.
A tool is worse than a weapon.
A tool has more uses than just being a murder machine.
A tool means you're being used.
I'm okay with that. As long as it gets her back.
All off. Shit. This fucking thing's throwing me off so hard.
Is a very interesting character. So, she tries to calm it down for a second. Just he kind of glares back at her. I made Michael. It's one of the things that I was specialized in when I was nice and cross. However, because of this, I was chased out.
And you want to go back?
It's my home for one thing, and for a second thing, I did not leave by choice.
That means you're not welcome there. So why would you want to go back? Why not wait it out?
Because I'm supposed to be in charge.
I mean, my brother was supposed to be dead. There he is. Wow. You can be in charge somewhere else.
You don't understand, the place, the small village that's there, it's at the forefront of magical technology. We're very good at hiding ourselves.
You have
More
a
so.
name for this place?
It is a nameless village, but it follows the teachings of Mechanus.
Interesting.
If you want, you can make a history or religion check on that.
I would gladly. See what's higher. Religion's higher. Okay. 13 plus 6. 19.
Okay. So as far as Mechanus goes, it's a rather interesting religion. It's not very well known, especially in this time period. However, you know that it is a bit of a duality between followers of all things that are inorganic / machine having souls, and another god whom believes that all things that are inorganic are not meant to have life whatsoever. They're tainted.
Okay.
So they must be purged. The followers of Mechanus, though, are notably, very culty. normally.
Yeah. Well, one last question before I go. Why are you so sad that Marnie and Bastion are gone? It makes no sense. They're keeping you in a jail.
I came willingly.
And they locked you away. Why?
Because they came looking for me as bounty hunters. They weren't my friends to start off with, but they were after. They were supposed to take me back to the north and actually help me reclaim my village, but it doesn't seem like it's going to happen now.
Well, here's the deal. You help me, I'll help you. Help us stop
Ooh.
whatever the fuck they're trying to do, and we'll take you back home.
So let's see. That's the fourth NPC on our incompetent NPC list. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I'll have to
I
think
mean-
that offer over. I don't know you well enough yet.
You did try to kill me. You owe me one.
True, but how do I know that you're not going to kill me when my back is turned?
Sapphire is gonna take her dagger, and she's going to slice her hand open, and stand her hand.
You
I
could
am
just say
not
they don't. That they just
going
have
to kill
trust
you.
She runs her hand over Mike's edge. Speaking of which, I didn't describe that either. It's kind of gear-shaped.
Mhm.
It's very jagged and serrated. She slices it right open without much hesitation and does the same.
I'll shake her hand. Help us stop them, and I'll take you home.
Free the village first, and I'll go with no problem.
What do you mean by free the village?
There's
What is happening with the village?
There's a certain individual up north that was not from there originally. He started preaching a bunch of mechanist sadism. And unfortunately, a lot of the individuals who did look up to me, turned against me very quickly. She describes herself as the more or less former priestess / engineer. Like, she
Okay.
knows how to fix everything from there. Even more so, the reason that they respected her so much was because she can actually speak to mechanisms.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Okay, so out of character, let me see if I understand this right. She wants us to go to her village first.
before the Dwendalian Empire. But
Wouldn't the Dwendalian Empire be on the way there, though?
it would, but she's running low on time.
Alright. I'll yell for everyone to come downstairs.
Is there something you are in need of?
Deimos is still chatting up with Kipir.
I'd probably just like come down the stairs, just like have an arm around Vivian, trying to help her down the stairs.
I just promised to take her home and free her village so she can help her with the demon god.
Our village.
What?
We don't have a village. They're
we
dead.
didn't have a party discussion about this. He says.
I should raise my cut hand too late.
Well, that's for you. We did not decide. We still have to talk.
Well, without the party, or with the party, I am going, so.
Well, we still have to talk about.
I'm fine going with you, but you should have at least talked to us before.
It is
And
not a fair decision to make on your own for everyone else.
yes, especially something of that.
I'm kind of drunk.
Oh, we're going here. That's not fair.
Yeah, also, it's a big decision. You know, we're all going to be going together, and we're going to have to try and convince everybody else to come along with us too. That might be a piece of work, to say the least.
You could say that.
We
The last
kinda
idea
have
you
to
had
take her
was to
anyways.
Was to lead us here, and we almost died
Hmm.
many
mean,
times.
We don't have to do anything. You're the only one that
The
has
thing
to.
is,
You
the thing
made it
is, which one of us here have proficiency with with water vehicles or any vehicles.
Not you.
Literally none of us.
Yeah, exactly. She probably does. So
Not
would be a little bit of help.
Then she could just be our
Okay,
captain
I'm
and
just gonna
nothing
say
else.
this right now.
We could have just paid her gold and left.
That's very meta. First, and second, just because we're not proficient in it doesn't mean we can't try.
No, I know.
Two things. One, it is meta, so I will rephrase that to be one, no one knows how to pilot the ship. Which is, that's actually a pretty fair point. To which Shay does look at the rest of the party. I do. That's not a lie. I do.
You do?
I was a captain.
Oh God! Of course, Saphir's gonna get her way. He says, just kind of shaking his head a little. It seemed as if she always got her way in the end, at least to Ishmael.
The second thing that I think you might want to know is you said you were going to the Dwendalian Empire?
Yeah.
Why does that prison know everything?
Well, they just had discussion, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't there.
First and foremost, the Dwendalian Empire is massive. This small of a party isn't going to do much, even if you had about 10 more people, including that sea dragon you brought in there. Still probably wouldn't be enough. Second thing is, if you were able to convince my home to actually, not believe the teachings of a zealot, they may be able to help you.
She's got a point. I mean, I don't like her, but she's got a point.
Out of character for a moment, you are going to have to try to convince the rest of the party of this, by the way.
I know.
And there's no guarantee that they'll actually do it the way this is going to be happening.
Of course.
And if we don't, oh well.
Yeah.
Just saying.
I mean, if it doesn't happen, well, we tried. Yeah. I promised to help, not that we were going to get the job done.
That's true. And it's also not, again, out of character. It's not saying that she's completely stringent that you have to go there first. That would be a suggestion. But, again, up to you.
How about we sleep on it?
That's an idea.
Yes, probably a good idea. I think we all need a little sleep. He'd say, kind of looking at Vivian, then Sapphire, then everybody else that's probably very drunk, and then at Landon, who isn't drunk. I know, not that drunk, but tipsy. He looks at everybody who is tipsy and more, and then looks at Landon, and he just well, thank God somebody else is sober.
Vivian's gonna lean over to you and whisper, Sapphire suggested we should go to the captain's quarters.
And then he just whispered back to her what, to read the map thing? I could just ask Ludwig for it. He knows what she's implying, but he just kind of no, he knows what she's implying, but he's just kind of yeah, we could go read the map or something. I'm sure we could find out details on the bounties if you wanted us to.
Landon is gonna throw an arm over Ishmael's shoulders and just be like,
and just be like,
hello?
Landon?
Insert words here.
It'd just be drunk.
Dial-up connection noises ensue.
No, they're not home. They're on their parents' house. They actually have Wi-Fi.
What?
We have
no one heard what you said. You just went.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. What are we talking about?
You went and leaned in on his shoulder to say something, and then blank.
Blank. Nothing.
No, that's exactly. No, I said exactly those words. I said, "What are we talking about?"
I don't know. She's not in the right state of mind, of course.
She's just gonna bite your ear when you say that.
And then I just be like, oh my gosh, does that make me any more inclined? And he just looked at her like, what kind of mind are you in?
Landon Landon Loki glares at her.
And then I'll just be like,
Hashtag competition, apparently.
oh. I just look at her just like, I'm so sorry, Vivian. You need to get to sleep. Just you. And then he just like finally waves her off, just like, I'm sorry. Okay. It was your choice to drink, not mine. And now there's I don't even know what it is all over my face. And partially the cute, adorable Kipier's fault, but also yours. So, yes. And then he just kind of like pushes her away.
Are
What is all of that?
such
I would think it was saliva.
Ew.
you are such an ungrateful bitch.
Did he say that? Wait, did Sapphire say that
Sapphire
to
said
me?
that to you.
And then I'll just look at Sapphire like, I appreciate Vivian for all that she does for me, but she is kind of drunk right now.
And
And
free pussy.
Hey,
Do you really
that
think-
is not how things work.
exactly,
That's not how things
exactly.
work. You can't just say, "Hey, they drunk. Okay, let's go." No,
Yeah, that doesn't
is
work that way,
rare in
Sapphire.
certain cities. I don't
I
know
know.
what you were raised on.
I know.
I wasn't.
You and Bone might think differently, but as a cleric with
Excuse
a
me.
divine
First
oath,
off, we did not have sex.
I don't even know what you did. I don't even care at this point.
We
He
kissed.
says, okay, cool. Out of the picture, he says, I am a cleric with an oath. What the heck, man?
Doesn't mean
Like,
we fuck.
I made a desire to change. I'm supposed to change, he says,
No, you're showing
emphasizing the
celibacy.
point.
Does that mean you're not supposed to fuck at all?
No, but
It means
I'm
it's
not
supposed
going
be
to do it to
decent.
somebody who won't even remember it tomorrow, because then they'll just wake up and be like, ah,
My sister is the same way. Okay.
exactly. Like, can't you have a conscience? Jeez.
That's
This is
valid.
You can't just go saying, "Oh, you drunk? Let's fuck." Okay.
I have to remember. I have to remember who Landon's patron is. I have to remember who Landon's patron is.
Next thing you know, next morning they're like, "Who the fuck are you?" And you die in bed. This is not the way to die.
DM, quick question. Do I get a wisdom saving throw today?
For what?
For what?
Oh, yes. Yes, you do.
Do I get it with disadvantage because I'm tipsy?
And because I'm here.
Yeah,
there's
and
a lot
he's
of
here.
Dramatic revelations today, so I will say with disadvantage.
That was a 3. 4. I rolled a 3 and an 8, so that wasn't really good. 4.
My child, the North lies the truth.
Oh, God.
What
I'm
dwarf?
going to immediately just cover my ears and recoil to the farthest corner of the room.
Oh. And in response to that, I didn't hear it, of course, but seeing Sapphire recoil, I'd just kind of be like, oh, finally. And then I'll look at Landon and just be like, thank you for being the only non-tipsy/drunk person here. Just thank you.
Hey, I may be tipsy, but I am decent.
Hold up. Hold up.
That.
But also,
Okay,
yes,
that was
I get it. She doesn't want to hear the truth.
Guys, DM's
Guys?
trying to talk.
That was an 18. Your ear's bleeding. You are taking 5 damage.
Healing frickin' word. Get healed.
You don't know my ears are bleeding. I'm not near you anymore.
Oh, well.
And I'm
once he
covering my
sees-
ears.
So we
Okay.
don't know your ears are bleeding. We just know that after this argument, you ran away.
But
I'm
once
still
he figures
in
out your ears are bleeding, he's gonna healing word you.
Yeah, she's in the room. She's just away from the group in the corner, like in a little ball covering her ears, and she looks visibly scared. By the way.
Let's leave her to her own devices, and I'm gonna pull Ishmael like to the captain's quarters.
And then he'd go, okay,
Yeah.
fine. I'm sure. I'm sure Vivian and Saphir and all them can work it out, he says.
Talking about that, Kipir and Deimos are gonna dip. I'm officially making it Kipir is Deimos' best friend in this party.
Kipir is also carrying a very sleepy Vivian now.
Okay, I'm gonna just like let him carry him on my shoulders if I need to, just to make sure he's okay. He's my fellow animal man, okay? I gotta protect him.
Yeah. He feels kind of bad that Vivian's being like carried off all sleepy and stuff, but he's like, oh my gosh, I'm totally done with these people for at least one day. If that makes any sense.
I wasn't carrying Vivian, just Kipir.
Kipir's carrying Vivian.
Oh, okay, so I'm carrying Kipir, who's carrying Vivian.
Yes.
Free party.
Alright, so I'm carrying the both of them off. Alright, I guess to their beds.
Are you there? Considering that there is barracks here, they are a little bit in disrepair. Are you heading to the town, or are you staying on the ship?
They're almost passed the fuck out. I'm just staying on the ship.
Okay.
Fuck that.
Anyone else?
I'm gonna make my way up and go towards the captain's quarters and drag Lyndon out. You're not fucking today. You're staying with me.
Saphir, what are you doing?
It's my brother.
Wait. What did you just say? He just like rewind a second. What did you say before that?
That he's coming with me.
No, before that.
Oh, that he's not fucking today.
When did you get that impression?
Is that not what we were about to do?
And then he just looks at Landon like, not helping the point here, okay?
Right. I wasn't trying. I thought that's what we were doing.
You two can
And then I just like, there is an
later.
argument to be made. You are not helping this argument, Landon.
Ismael, go the fuck to sleep.
And then I'm just like, you're the one that's tipsy, okay, Saphir?
I don't give
also,
a fuck. And I'm
your brother is making a.
Just close the door on his face.
Okay, then I'm gonna freaking open the door and go after him, and I'll just be like, "You're the one that's tipsy, and Landon is not, actually."
Landon, question: are you just gonna let Saphir just drag you the fuck away?
I mean, it's not like I really can do anything about it. I was about to like get
talk.
my fuck on, so.
Like you can talk.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like I can really do anything. Like, yeah, she might be drunk, but she's strong as fuck.
You mean my -1 strength?
Well, you got a big grip.
And then I'll just be like, I'll just look at Landon and look at Saphir like, so, are you just gonna figure it out and I'm just gonna wait here? Just,
Can I have some alone time with my brother that I haven't seen in like probably 100 years?
I'll come back, darling.
And then he said, and then he just like, who did you say that to? And he just kind of backs up a little, like, who did you say that to?
Oh, I'll come back, darling. Don't worry. And then I wink at him.
And then he'll just be like, oh god. And then he just kind of goes back into the captain quarter, sits there, and contemplates. Okay, situation dilemma. That's what he's doing now.
I just love the idea that all of the people close to Saphir are trying to fuck Ishmael.
I
know, right? Fuck.
So he's just kind of sitting there in the captain's quarters, just kind of like waiting and trying to make a decision, but at the same time not wanting to come to a conclusion.
Quick question. Are there any other rooms in the ship?
The barracks, which have like 6 beds in total, they're all singles. And there's always the crow's roost.
I'll go there.
Okay. You go there, and you actually realize that Shay's been sitting there pretty much since you guys started arguing below deck.
Mind giving us some privacy?
I'm in the crow's roost. I was thinking that I was getting the privacy.
Not anymore.
All right. She jumps off of the top of the mast and lands next to the captain's quarters.
I'll sit down and just kind of stare at Landon.
We have a lot of catching up to do, don't we?
You tell me.
Why did you leave us?
I didn't leave, necessarily.
Necessarily?
It was more like they took me away.
Oh. I see.
Funny. I mean, if you didn't notice, I didn't grow, you know?
I didn't either.
Funny story.
Something.
Why are you back now?
Why am I back?
Yeah.
Because you're affiliated with Truth now.
Am I? Am I?
Are you not?
Oh, OC, you are.
I can sense.
No,
them
I
all
know,
over you.
I know that out of character I am. The Sapphire doesn't.
I can sense him all over you.
I mean, he was all over me. It was not enjoyable. But it was.
But consensual.
Questionable.
You threw yourself at him.
Okay, and she doesn't have to know that. It wasn't really what I expected to happen, but you know. It did.
Steph, I want you to know that I'm angry at you for leaving, for abandoning us, for I know you said you were taken, but honestly, I don't know if I can believe you. And now that I can sense all over you,
I turned up.
Cut out.
wait, what?
Did everything out?
You cut out.
Turn it into fuck. Continue.
I don't want to have this conversation.
Oh, it's my internet that's fucking up. Give me one second.
Mine too.
Because it fucked up for me too.
I think.
Oh, well, looks like my bad internet is contagious.
Discord shares.
Nah, it could just be
collective-
Discord.
The Discord
Yeah, it was
shares-
just Discord.
It shares
It's
a
an
Yeah.
collective-
internet virus.
It shares a collective internet speed, so it's between all of us.
Alright,
I-
continue. Sorry.
I think it's okay.
I don't want to have this conversation with you, Sapphire. Okay? If you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go back to what I was doing.
I'm gonna grab him by the hand. Can you not go?
I'm gonna turn around and look at her. I'm just gonna pull my hand.
It was not my fault. I thought everyone was dead. I thought you were dead.
And I thought you were dead. And I'm
I
just
wish
gonna
I
walk
was.
off.
Nice, you just left your little sister crying.
But I'm mad about it. I don't give a shit.
I'm just gonna stay there, bawling my eyes out.
Okay.
I'm gonna go fuck Ishmael.
You said it so directly. So you just see me kind of waiting in the captain's quarters, just kind of like standing by the desk, just like looking over the papers and trying to distract myself, like, you're about to make a decision. And yeah, if Landon has not entered the room, that is what I'm doing.
Shay notices Landon and heading towards the captain's quarters, and Ishmael inside the captain's quarters. Well, this is interesting.
If there's a lock on the door, I'm definitely locking it.
She shrugs and heads to the actual wheel of the ship.
I'm sure that Shay will take care of it. He kind of waves it off, seeing the door locked, like,
It's not like we can take the ship out of the dock anyways.
No,
Broken.
she's talking to the ship.
Talking to the ship. Okay.
We kind of have a Leviathan who can kind of push us, I think.
He's too small.
Eventually.
He's
Yeah,
baby.
So I'm still cuddling him, right? Basically just kind of cuddling him as he's pinned me to the floor.
I thought you got up and went downstairs to talk to Sapphire, right?
No. I got the metal bars, but I went back upstairs after they had their... I went back upstairs, she passed me.
Okay.
I then was
so
sitting, then got
you-
pinned down by the Leviathan, then
I know.
Bone came over
I'm
and
saying
pinned
like
me.
you didn't hear that conversation they had downstairs, right?
No, I'm pinned by 2 people right now.
Okay, yeah. You, Bone, and the Leviathan are in a fucking cuddle puddle in the middle of the ship.
Oh.
I'm just cuddling the heck out of this little Leviathan. It's like laying on me.
Wait, are you awake?
Yes.
Are you inebriated?
No.
Make a perception check.
I technically don't sleep unless I go into sentry rest. Even then, I'm not even asleep. 20.
Okay. So, night's finally fallen. You do hear the waves crashing on the side. You cannot see because you are underneath a Leviathan and a sleepy Bone. But there's an odd kind of rhythmic sound coming from nearby, maybe in the direction of the town. It sounds like snickering.
Do I still have my unseen servant active?
Let me see the specs for Unseen Servant really quick.
Because I'm still awake, and technically I could still cast a spell because I'm in sentry rest.
It only lasts 1 hour.
Yeah, it's 1 hour. So, would dispel by now.
Would I be able to still cast spells because I'm in sentry rest? I'm technically, even though I'm on the ground, I can still kind of move.
You can cast spells, but you definitely can't fool anything right now.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to use the Shadow Mage thing.
Yeah. You can cast a spell. As long as it's a cantrip. Can't move your arms.
Is that his first spell slot?
What?
Your first actual spell slot you're gonna use? For the entire time you've been tricking people into casting spells.
I mean, yeah.
You've never used a spell slot?
No, so the way that Shadow Mage works is that the whole archetype of Shadow Mage is that you use illusions to mimic the spell, and if someone believes that you did the spell, it happens.
Exactly. It's like a real mirage.
But
So-
if someone doesn't believe it, then you can't fool them anymore for like a certain amount of days.
Wild.
So
And
like,
we've just all been failing.
Yeah. Specifically, he's been casting it on Bone because her wisdom is very low.
I'm a dum-dum.
So, like, the way that it would be ineffective is that if everyone in the party didn't believe, what would happen is that, like, I would then not be able to use the Shadow Mage perk with them for a few days.
Then you'd have to use it on enemies instead.
Yes.
So, which that becomes a lot more difficult.
Yes, because depending on the... Because I have to I have to deceive them, and if they get a high enough insight, you know... But,
Right,
it's broken. It's not exactly broken. It's very useful in some capacities. Like, right now, where I can have Bone be intoxicated, or any one of you be intoxicated, but it's not broken in the sense that if one of you gets a good roll, I can't use it on you any longer.
At least for that long time period. But what spell were you trying to use?
I wanted to... So I hear snickering, right?
If you want me to describe it, you hit a 20, right?
Yeah.
It's definitely giggling. It's really, really subtle. But it sounds like children's laughter. If I had to describe it more out of character, it sounds like a small chorus of Skull Kid.
Oh god, that's awful.
If you happen to know clairvoyance, this is the perfect time to use it.
I can't move.
You don't have to move to cast it. It basically, you summon a sensor, whether an ear, an eye, or I guess a taste. If you want to taste something, you can summon a tongue. And you can put it somewhere you know, which could be, I don't know, the top of the ship. And it lasts up to 10 minutes.
I don't have that, but what I do want to do instead is... Could I use Thunderclap as a snap?
You would end up hitting.
If I just snapped my fingers, would it still have the thunderous effect, but not do damage?
You could use it as noise, yeah, I suppose.
I'm not really wanting to do damage with it. I just want to snap really loudly to wake some people up.
Do you have Prestidigitation?
With Thaumaturgy?
No, I don't. That's what I'm asking. Would a thunderclap snap?
Yeah, if that's the only thing that you have to use, I would say as a cantrip, yeah, you could do that. It's just even less.
I'm not doing damage. I just want to use the thunderous loudness of it to just snap and do that. Make a really loud noise. I want to try to snap and wake everyone up.
I will give you disadvantage on that.
Actually, can I just do a performance?
Done?
One of my instruments.
Yes, again with disadvantage, but yes.
So performance with disadvantage. 21.
Hot damn. You blow your own horn, and it's definitely loud enough to alert Bone, the dragon. Deimos and Kip, you went to the barracks, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Just sort of clear, I'm using like my flute as like a bugle of sorts.
You guys in the barracks, so you, Vivian, and Kip are groggily awake, like half awake, because you're hearing it through a door. Ishmael and Landon, you hear it. However you want to respond to it, it's up to you.
Mid-coitus.
What was that? Oh my god. We're not coitusing yet.
So I'll just like look towards Landon like, oh, is that some distress signal?
I wanna, as like the Leviathan's waking up, I wanna like pet him so he's not like startled, like he's still safe. I just wanna pet him like, you're okay, buddy.
And Sapphire, you're still in the crow's nest, right?
Yeah, I'll make my way down once I hear it.
Okay.
Face all red, kind of buffed up. So blood running down on the side of my face or my ears.
Yeah, you actually don't realize your ear is bleeding. You know that you're in pain, but yeah, it's running down the side of your face pretty obviously now.
Can I make a animal handling check to make sure I don't spook?
You don't need to.
Okay.
Are we gonna name him?
His name is Honey.
Oh yeah.
Honey the Leviathan. I love it.
He's Honey Senpai because he's so small.
So is he still on... Question, is he still on top of me, or can I like just move him to like my lap as I'm sitting?
He's semi-awake. and he's still kind of groggy because Leviathan, loud noise.
Okay, I'm just gonna be holding him in my arms, I guess, still, kind of like baby style.
He's chewing on bone for comfort right now.
Can I slip the chew toy in his mouth?
Yes.
Okay.
Bone, you're up too. Wait,
What happened?
you're less drunk now, slightly.
Ishmael.
But I'm slightly less drunk.
Slightly less drunk.
Drunk plus sleepy.
Exactly.
Half as drunk, but still sleepy makes it like full drunk. That's how math works.
Your son is whiny, but Ludwig,
Yes.
you have attracted the attention of the crew. Also, who left? Ishmael.
Ishmael.
Yeah.
Ishmael.
11.
Gotcha. Right. We will call it soon anyway. But what are you going to say?
Me or them?
Yes, you.
I want to cast something real quick,
Mm-hmm.
if I can find it. Anyone else can go while I'm looking for this.
Oh, actually, Saphira is gonna ask what he wants.
There it is. I want to kind of like wave my hand in front of Bone's face. And I want to snap my fingers to cast clairvoyance.
Are you making her sober again? Is that what that does?
I want to make her sober. I'm not trying to make her sober. I'm not trying to make her sober up. I want to make that chuckling from the city louder. Or would that be thaumaturgy?
That'd probably be thaumaturgy.
I want to use thaumaturgy then to make that noise louder so others could hear it.
Okay.
Don't worry about rolling deception. I got a 3 on my insight.
Well, I can still roll deception for you. I got a 13.
Fitting.
Okay. It does work. It does work. And that sound. Okay. Which I'm sure everyone knows very, very well by now. Where is Buckman?
What?
Where is what?
Boop, boop, boop.
Oh god.
You're welcome.
You guys hear that a lot?
It's that in stereo.
This sounds like Boo.
Wait, we know the laugh?
You don't recognize the laugh. It sounds like children.
Those are the most
What?
ominous fucking children I've ever heard.
I'm just gonna cover my ears and kind of recoil towards Bone.
It's
Not having a
almost
great time.
mesmerizing. And it doesn't sound like it's actually coming from around the ship. You did use thaumaturgy on it. You can tell it's coming from the city.
What's happening in the city? I wonder.
City is... Crew looks over, and the city is pitch black. No lights. Not even a candle. All you hear in the overarching view is that incessant laughter, and it's coming from the corners, from the streets. It's just like it's echoing all over, and it's traveling back out over the beach towards the ship.
So it's coming towards us.
No, whatever's there is staying there, but
Okay.
you do see faint, very faint, glimpses of light? Question mark? Traveling between the streets. Nothing like very easily noticeable. Anyone have like farsight?
I have 60 feet of dark vision.
Not close enough.
Same.
It's about a mile out. You can see like small dots moving back and forth in the streets, but you can't really tell what they are.
I could probably do so.
Could you?
If I use a spell, probably.
I have danger sense. I mean, that doesn't do anything, but
Check real quick here. If I've got anything that would do it. Could I cast Clairvoyance to do so?
Clairvoyance does what exactly?
See. But, well, you create an invisible sensory and within range to a location familiar to you. Location the visitor is seen before. The obvious location is unfamiliar to you, such as behind a door, a corner, a grove, trees. The sensory remains in place for the duration. Can't be attacked or otherwise interacted with. When you cast a spell, you choose seeing or hearing in your chosen sense through the sensory space.
You could cast it on the
Range
ship, but
is 1 mile.
oh,
Did you say you don't have that spell?
Yes, but I can use Shadow Mage.
right, he's up now. He's not prone anymore. So, he could try to do that. Yeah, you could do that.
Okay, I will definitely try. Deception on bone again.
It's a 6.
It's a
You-
17 for me.
My god. Okay, so you cast
I'm
Clairvoyance.
choosing to see.
Okay. You managed to cast it at the very edge of the city. The white, pale buildings are all littered with dark squares. Not a soul is moving. It doesn't even seem like they're asleep. It almost seems like they're all hiding. You do manage to see one or two of these lights dance down the street and around the corner out of vision from your clairvoyance.
Could I
But it does look
identify?
like
Could I identify what the lights are?
they almost look like specters.
Could I make a
What?
perception?
With disadvantage.
$12.
These things have definitely human features. They look to be men or women of all shapes and sizes, but some of them look like they're being followed by more dark silhouettes.
Interesting.
Are we
Can't
going
notice
to go?
where
Sorry.
exactly they're going, but they do appear to be heading towards the center of the city.
Are we gonna go there to investigate, or are we just staying here?
Well, it's the end of the session.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So, session end.
The session is over.